Let's make a Challenger Demon 170. Take it apart. The 170 only has wide rear fenders, so let's grind down the front fenders. Next we're gonna file it down. Then we're gonna sand it down with 60 grit sandpaper. Keep sanding it down but increase the grit as you go. Lots of sanding later. Repeat the process for the other side. Here's how it looks so far. Time to strip the paint off. Wait a few hours for the paint to strip. I like to pour water on the cars after the paint is stripped, so it's easier to scrape it off. Now let's take a wire brush and scrape it off. Did the best I could. Now let's go over the car with a wire wheel. This will help remove any paint that didn't come off. Now we're gonna sand it down. All sanded down and ready for paint. But first we're gonna file down these excess parts on the chassis. Be careful so you don't mess up the wheels. Much better. Now it's time to paint it. First we'll apply a coat of primer. Now for the fun part. This is the color I'm going with. Apply that coat of paint. Now for the hardest part, which is adding details. I use a sticky note or small sheet of paper as a paint palette, and acrylic paint for the details. Make sure you use a super thin paintbrush when adding details. Take your time when adding details so you don't make any mistakes. This step requires a ton of patience. I'll even add some Demon 170 emblems by making waterslide decals. After printing the decals, spray the decal paper with clear sealer. After the sealer dries, cut out the decals. Put each decal in a container of water. Put some water on the car so the decal will slide off easier. Take the decal out of the water and slide it onto the car. Make sure you get it in the right spot. Here's how it looks after applying the emblem decals. Now let's sand down the interior piece so it's ready for paint. Gonna super glue a toothpick to the bottom so I have something to hold it with while I paint it. Now let's paint the interior piece. We're gonna paint it black. Yes, I clear coated the car, but now let's add a license plate. Cut out the plate and glue it to the rear end of the car. Make sure you get the plate perfectly centered. All done. I'm leaving the stock wheels on until I can order some custom wheels, but other than that the Demon 170 is finished. Stay tuned for more builds.